All right, welcome back to episode 2 of the JW Marriott in Marco Island resort review. So, first episode, if you didn't watch it, go check it out. We covered the resort layout and room quality, amenities, and like the surrounding area. In this episode, we're covering the restaurants, and in episode 3, we're going to talk about everything that deals with water, all 3 pools and the beach access as well. So, make sure you check out all 3 if you're planning on coming here or you just want to check it out. But we're going to roll into the restaurants. All right, so small caveat, I'm only here for 3 days and it's a work function. So a lot of our meals are group meals. So going to the actual restaurants, I've only been to two of the actual restaurants, but a lot of the food that we were served for our group dinners, I feel like a lot of that food comes from some of the restaurants. I can't be definite about it, but what I will say is the group dinners we did have, they have multiple types of food and they have like kiosks of food. Like they'll have a pasta section, they'll have a meat section, they'll have a kids section, they'll have desserts. All of the food has been incredible, perfectly cooked. The different spices is amazing. The combinations, the salad is fresh. It's all been very good. It's way better than I expected, especially for like a group dinner setup, because all of our dinners also have been outside. So we've been sitting outside and all the food has been outside and it's been excellent. It's been hot. They do the whole thing very well. So I can only imagine if they're group setup, because that usually is not as good as the restaurant feel. All the food has been very, very, very good. We're gonna go down through the restaurants. I'll let you know which ones I've actually eaten at. But there'll be lots of B-roll on the way they're set up, the outdoor seating and things like that. And I'll also walk through when they're open, dress code, things like that. So Ario, this is American. It's dress code, smart casual. I did not eat here. This is open from 6 to 10 p.m. You can also eat at some of these restaurants if you're not staying here as well. You just have to obviously pay for parking or walk over. They have indoor and outdoor seating. They use a lot of the local meats and seafood in the area. And artistry to the dinner experience is what they have here. So this is like a more of a high end. I believe this is the only one you need a reservation for as well. So make sure you check that out. The 10K Alley. So this is the restaurant that's actually tied in with the arcade. I did go into this one because I had to check out the arcade. The arcade's insane. There's lots of games, lots of things for kids. There's tickets as well. You can, like, in the old school arcades, when you collect tickets, you can go trade them in for like gifts. They have that same setup here, but lots of different games, lots of newer games as well. It's not just like old stuff. And they have a small little like miniature bowling alley. They have a neon golf course inside of the arcade, but inside of that, they also have the 10K Alley. American-based food as well. Dress code is casual. You can go in there and be super casual, obviously, because there's a bunch of kids running around. And adults. Non-resort guests can go there after 5 p.m. The gaming is open 2 to midnight. The bar service is open 4 to midnight. So just a heads up there. Dining is 4 to 9 and then 4 to 10 Saturday and Sunday. So this is just really, like I said, a really cool space. And they have a really awesome circular bar with, I don't know, they have like 30 or 40 beers on tap. So it was right up my alley. I could actually go and get a dark beer and it'd be on tap too. They had obscure ones like Kugel Summer Shandy as well, which is actually probably coming into season now, so it may not be as obscure, but yeah, so kind of very, very cool. It's a pub and gaming emporium is what they're claiming. Elevated bar food, 60 craft beers, barrel-aged bourbon as well. They have tons of bourbon choices there. So if you're a bourbon drinker, definitely end up at the 10K Alley. The list of bourbons was quite extensive. And then also, like I said, bowling, mini golf, and then they have tons of gaming and VR experiences as well. So if you want to have like a pretty off-kilter time, definitely head to the 10K Alley. And the one thing I did mention in the first video as well, this place is quite expensive. I know that we're on discounted rooms because we're on a group rate, but from what I understand, the rooms are very expensive and the food is really expensive. So food and drinks here, I got like a beer mug. I want to say it was probably like a 16 ounce maybe. It was a Yingling lager, so pretty basic beer, and it was like $15. So that's expensive. I mean, I can get a lager. I can get a 6-pack of lager at home for $12. So really, really quite expensive, and I can't imagine the mixed drinks are. I mean, they're obviously going to be worse as well. And the food was quite pricey, and what we can talk about some of the food actually. So I didn't get any food at the bar place, but it was we went there mostly just. I wanted to check out the actual drink scene because it was the only place I could find that actually had dark beer. Tesoro. So Tesoro is the restaurant that's actually on the adult side. It's on the fifth floor, next to the adult pool. That's on the Paradise by Serene. This is Mediterranean. Dress code casual, adults 21 plus. It's open from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Entertainment is Thursday through Sunday, 4 to 9. So just let you know they have a live band set up Thursday to Sunday. Reservations aren't required. Actually, they're not required or accepted, so you kind of have to just go and find a seat. It's pretty low key as well. It's not it's there's always been open seats when I've gone over the last 3 days. And what's really cool is they have the panoramic fifth floor views of the Gulf of Mexico. So all the railings are all glass. You can see through them. There's no obstruction. They have tables right up against the glass. So you have an amazing view. You also have a view of let me get the pool right, Quinn's pool, which is the one between the Paradise and the Island Tower. Once again, didn't have food here. I'm actually tomorrow's my last day. I'm gonna have the complimentary breakfast that you get. I did walk through it. I have some B-roll of that. I didn't actually have the breakfast, but I will have it tomorrow. And because it's my last day out, so I want to grab breakfast before I go because it's complimentary on the Paradise side. It is. I don't believe they're the same on the in the other two towers. And they have an indoor-outdoor seating. So a lot of the places here are indoor-outdoor seating. 10K Alley is all indoor, but almost everything else is going to be indoor or outdoor seating based on what you want to do. So can't speak on the food here. From what I've seen, it looks pretty tasty, and I will find out the breakfast tomorrow. So I probably should have waited for this video, but I'm not going to because I want to do some editing on the plane. The next one is Maia. So this is the breakfast place for really everyone. But it sits, I believe it sits underneath, I think it's underneath the lobby. So it's between the Island Tower and the Paradise by Serene side. And this is casual 7 to 11:30 a.m. So only breakfast here. Reservations aren't required or accepted. And then also has indoor-outdoor seating as well. Once again, didn't get to eat here because, like I said, a lot of our meals are taken care of through the group. But once again, the breakfast that we had for our conference was excellent as well. So we had dinners and we had breakfasts provided for one of the days, and the breakfast was unreal. Very good. We had sausage and egg and hash browns, and they had all kinds of bagels and everything. So very, very, very good. Quinn's on the beach, so I did eat here. So this is like the beachfront pool side, I would say like a cafe restaurant. It's right next to Quinn's pool, obviously. So it actually sits between the Island Tower and the Paradise. And it's right on the beachfront. So you have indoor outdoor seating on this as well. Plus you have actual beach seats with Quinn's. It's they claim it's Caribbean style, beachfront views, dress code casual. Bar service is Monday to Thursday, 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is 11:30 a.m. to 12 midnight. And then the dining service is daily 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. No reservation required or accepted. And this, so I was with people that I'm down here with. At the table, we had the mahi mahi blackened fish tacos. Excellent. And they were pretty meaty as well. They had pickled onions on top and a whole bunch of stuff inside. The blackened was great. The fish was cooked perfectly. And they doubled the flour tortillas, which I've never seen before. So like normally when you get fish tacos, like if there's a lot of juiciness inside, like they can fall apart pretty easily. So they actually like double wrap with flour tortillas. So it stayed wonderfully together, and they were meaty. Like I had 3 that I ordered, and I was totally full by the end of it. So we had 2 orders of those. The other order we had was the chicken tacos, same setup, just with chicken instead of fish. They said it was excellent. And then we also had a Cobb salad at our table, which looked delicious. And it was cool. The way the bowls were, they were like shaped with like a high back and then like a low front. So like you always face the low front towards you. It was the first time I've ever seen bowls like that at a restaurant. And so it was a full Cobb salad. There was lots of goodies in it. and it looked really good. And it had like a lime, I think it was like a lime ranch dressing that came with it. So they also said it was very, very good. So Quinn's had their actual lunch. Once again, quite pricey. The fish tacos, 3 different fish tacos, I think was $28. So a little pricey. Heads up there. Coral Sushi and Cocktail Lobby Bar. So I was only in this. It was after our one dinner, our outside dinner. Some of the people in the party were there, but this was mostly, it's all like sushi, Asian cuisine. It has Gulf views from the lobby windows. Also has an aquarium in the middle of it, which is kind of cool. But it's right off the lobby. It's a little quaint spot with a pretty large size bar as well with TVs, and it's dinner only. I don't have the time on that, so you have to just check the website on that one. But that is Coral Sushi and Cocktail Bar. 400 Pazzis. This is the pizzeria that's right next to, I believe it's at the end of the island. I want to say it's the end of the island tower. Yeah, next to Quinn's pool. So this is just a pizzeria, Italian American, dress casual. Monday through Thursday, it's 4 to 9. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday is 11:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then Saturdays, 11:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, it's closed. So most of it's obviously pizza, no reservations required, indoor outdoor seating again, and they also have wine on tap. So didn't eat here either. Like I said, we had most of our meals covered, but indoor outdoor seating just looks like a pretty upscale pizzeria, but wine on tap's pretty interesting. So they also had a small beer selection and obviously some cocktails in there as well. So Kane Tiki Bar and Grill. So this is all the way at the end. This is at the end of the Palms Tower. This is Indonesian inspired. It's very tiki-esque. They have like a tiki, nice size bar area, and then like a tiki area for seating. Dress code casual. It's open 11:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. No reservation. Outdoor seating only, so there's no indoor here. And nightly sunset celebration and fire dancing, weather permitting. So once again, didn't eat here either because we do a group thing. But if you want to check out the sunset celebration and fire dancing, check out Kane Tiki Bar. And actually, some of the Indonesian type food was at our dinner last night, and with some of the steaks and things like that, and it was very good. And the Asian inspired food we had at, I think, our first night, which would have been, I think, in line with the corals. Excellent, really, really good. Excellent food so far. I haven't found anything that was not good. The next is the Cafe San Marco. So this is I call this like the shop row. So they have a bunch of shops and that you can go into. This is right inside that. It connects. It's kind of the gateway between the Island Tower and the Palms Tower. So they have the shops in there. It's mostly just a coffee shop, but they also have a ton of other drinks available in there. Tons of pastries, bagels, muffins, breakfast sandwiches, and then all kinds of frozen and regular coffee drinks. I'm not a coffee drinker, so didn't get anything here. The muffins and everything looked pretty good, but the place was always packed. So I'm sure it's very good. American casual, obviously open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, indoor and outdoor seating. Didn't know they had outdoor seating. Not sure where that would be, actually, because it looks like it's just in that one spot. It overlooks the resort pool from the windows, obviously. Oh, the outdoor seating is probably just along the walkway. So when you're walking past it, it's on your right, and there's seating on the left to overlook the pool. Coffee, tea, and light bites, and then also there's wine and desserts in the evening. So check that out. The Rookery Grill and the Hammock Bay Grill, they're both over at those golf resorts. So the Rookery golf course, which I talk about in the first episode, it's, I think, 9 miles away. And then the Hammock Bay, I think it's like 6.7 miles away or something like that. And both of those clubhouses, I would say, that obviously have restaurants in them, are tied also to the Marriott. So that is all the restaurants that are currently on site. What was interesting about this is I was surprised at how many options they had. I mean, it's a pretty big resort, but they have these restaurants kind of tucked in a little bit everywhere. And once again, all the food I've had for our group dinner setting has been amazing. Even down to the mac and cheese. The mac and cheese is really good. That's all the restaurants I have. That's everything I have to cover that. I did talk in episode 1 about going to Empire Bagel Factory as well. It's down the road. So if you're into bagel sandwiches, they also have those at the cafe on site here, but I wanted to check the Empire Factory, Bagel Factory out because it was high in the list of TripAdvisor. So I went down there and that was also excellent. So there's not a whole ton of there's no Marco Island doesn't have red lobsters and all that. There's not a lot of crazy. I haven't seen a lot of restaurants that are chain related on the island. So if you're gonna end up eating on the resort is not a bad option because all the food, like I said, that I've had so far has been really good. So we'll leave it there. Once again, episode 3 we're covering pools and beaches. Episode 1 was resort layout and room quality. So make sure you watch all 3 if you're planning on trying to come here. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I will certainly answer all of my comments because I appreciate when people do that for me when I leave comments on their YouTube videos. So that's all I have, and we'll see you on episode 3. Thanks.